Hello, so today I'm gonna show you how to implement Bootstrap in a ASPX project. So over here I have created a new project as Bootstrap. It is a blank project. So first of all, right click on your Solution Explorer and click on Manage NuGet Packages. First of all, we will install Bootstrap in our solution. So what I did is just right click on the Solution Explorer and click on Manage NuGet Projects. You should have internet connection on for doing this. So just over here you will see this Bootstrap CSS. Click on it and then click on install. So this will download Bootstrap in our project, and here it is asking whether I can put this Bootstrap in your solution or not. Just click on OK. And then this will put the required files in our solution. So since this is not a Bootstrap tutorial, this is about implementing Bootstrap in an ASPX project, I am simply going to create a blank application in which I'll put some text fields, input fields, and we will design it a little bit. So as you can see in your project, you have a few folders over here: content, fonts, and scripts. This is Bootstrap. So what I'll do is I'll start by creating a new web form. So right click, add a new web form. I'll name it default. OK. So as you know, if you want to use any of the Bootstrap feature, all you have to do is give the appropriate class to that HTML tag. So let me just first run this and see how our site looks right now. So as expected, it's a blank site. I'll write over here hello world and save it, run it. So if you can observe, this font is a little bit different than what we would have expected. Just notice this font over here. Now what I'll do is, right now just the Bootstrap is installed in my project. I have not linked this web page in with the Bootstrap. So inside the header section, add this link and give the reference over here. I'll pick a URL. Inside the content, you will find so many Bootstrap CSS files. I want to go with this one, bootstrap.css. So click on OK. So this is linked. I'll also go with the script. So add the script tag. And give the appropriate source. Again I'll pick the URL, and inside the script tag, the bootstrap.js, I require this one. OK. So this will be enough for this tutorial. Now let us save this, and now notice what happens. I'll just refresh this. So if you notice this changed font, it means Bootstrap has been linked to this page. So now I'll start designing this page. I'll use this toolbox. Let me remove this hello world. So first of all, let me put a header. I'll first of all give this a class, Jumbotron for example, and inside I'll put a heading. Let's say welcome. Refresh. So this is how it looks. OK. Now I'll create one more div element, and let me add a label. I've added a label. Now I'll go with a text box. This is a text box I've added. Now if you notice, the way we traditionally did this was by giving a class and then appropriate Bootstrap class. But when it's come to using an ASPX web control, you cannot use a class tag, class attribute. What you need to use is CSS class attribute. So if, as you see, this label is an ASP control, so I'll use a CSS class attribute like this, CSS class attribute, and I'll give whatever I want to give. For example, let's give h2. This is a class of CSS. So let's see what happens now. As you notice, this is an h2 tag. So let me just continue. I'll just create some container, and again over here I'll add one more CSS class. Let's say form control and input over here input smlg. So if you give input lg, it will take it as an input control. This is a CSS class of Bootstrap. So notice how this has changed. Now if you notice this also, this Jumbotron is just in this div element. I'll take it outside. I'll remove it from here, and I'll give that attribute to body tag class. So the main thing is just about this. If it is a normal HTML tag, use a class attribute, and if it is an ASP control, then don't use class attributes, use CSS class. That's it. That's the main thing that you need to take care of. So as you can see, these changes will take place appropriately. So let me just continue this way. I'll go with another class attribute. Let's call it column small, and I'll give the width 6. I'll do the same thing for as many of controls as I want. Let me give this let me wrap it in a division element. So in Bootstrap, one thing to remember is that if you are creating columns, they must be inside rows. So this division, I have given it column of width 6. So outside division must be a row. So I'll give this a class row like this. So now when I'll refresh it over here, you won't see the change, but this division, which was initially of the full width, now it is of width of 6 column. Let me give another attribute, then we'll see the difference. I'll give this column small offset of, let's say, 3. See, it came at the center. So there is a 3 width offset, and then 6th width column. So this is 6 width, and then again 12 minus 6 plus 3, that is the entire grid is of 12 columns, 3 offset plus 6 width. So remaining is the blank space. So I'll repeat this again for another controls, whichever I want. I can call this let's say first name. I'll copy this and I'll call this one as let's say last name, and let me see how it looks. So this is how it will look. So I'm not focusing on the design, I am just focusing on how to implement the Bootstrap over here. So the same thing we can do also. Now let's say you have put a validator control. The control could be, let's say, a required field validator. I want it after this text box over here. So I'll use this required field validator. Now I could use some Bootstrap class which will show some error, which will give a effect of an error message. So since this required field validator is also an ASP tag, I'll use CSS class attribute. CSS class and the class could be text danger. So you can explore as many classes as you want. There are so many Bootstrap classes over here. Other than this, there are like literally tens and hundreds of Bootstrap classes which you can leverage to create beautiful websites. Just let us see what this is. The control to validate. This exception is fired because I have not provided the control which I want to validate. So let me just provide that control to validate, and I'll, let's say, the text box one. So now I'll also provide what error message it wants to show. Message is not provided. Let's say this field is required. Wait, I'll use the property window. Error message is provided. This field is required, and the default message let me use text box one over here again. Now let me see if this works or not. Okay, this
See, in one of the class we discussed, the unobtrusive validation mode means in Visual Studio 2012 and onwards, there is a one default settings, and to override this, I already posted in Edmodo how to resolve this error. Fine, so it is already open here, so we'll do copy and paste. Edmodo is already open, so we'll go through the post and we'll just do the solution.
So sir has already posted this, how to resolve this. So there are three ways. I'll go with the first way, that is using webconfig file. So over here, in my solution explorer, let me first stop this project. In my solution explorer, there is a file called web.config. Open that file, and there is some code over here. Now let us see what sir has posted. Inside the configuration tag, inside the app settings, there is this tag add key. We have to copy this one till here. I'll just copy this, and remember I have to paste it inside app settings tag. So if you observe, there is no app settings tag over here, so I'll copy the entire tag like this, and I'll paste it over here after this system.web, simply like this. Save it, and then I'll refresh my page again, and that error will be gone. So let me now add one button. This is the last control that we'll add. I'll add the button inside after all these division elements. Let me use the toolbox button. So this is the way we add a button, and since again this is an ASP control, I'll this time use CSS class, and the class for a button in Bootstrap is btn, and let me call this submit button. I'll refresh it, and you can see there is this button over here. Since it is not visible properly, I'll give the tag button, let's say danger, and this tag will come in red color. So you know all the Bootstrap classes. You can use various classes, and using those classes you can provide appropriate visible things that happen in a web page like this. So there are so many possibilities like this. So this is how you can use Bootstrap to in ASPX pages. Thank you.
Any question now? See, again, if you want to put button just, aligned with the text box, what you can do, again, you take the div control, do copy and paste, and instead of text box, you can put up the button there. Fine? Any doubt? Okay. So,